Good morning and welcome to Money Talks. This is a place where money meets politics. I'm today's host, Mike Lomas, here with Jeff Fine. Later in the show, we'll be joined with Charlie Sparazza. We'll end up talking a little bit about estate planning, business planning, and life insurance planning. So stick with us throughout the entire show. This is a place where money meets politics. We have a lot of fun with this show. We do manage money for a living. We're the financial guys. And if you need us as a resource, 633-1515. If you think like us, use us as a resource. Jeff Fine in studio with us. Jeff, I don't even know where to start. We do a radio show every week on News Radio 930 WBEN from 1 to 3 o'clock every Saturday. Many of our viewers are a spillover from that show. You were on Saturday's show. Let's start out with Mayor de Blasio. Good old mayor, liberal Mayor de Blasio, who loves and cares about everybody. We had a police officer executed in New York City, and he thought it would be a good idea to go take a vacation and go do a Trump protest.
Yep.
Disgusting. And you sent me out of the New York Post. You picked it up like, wow, like full page New York Post. Like, what a creep.
Yeah, he is a creep. He managed to do the impossible. He has ticked off all of New York City, right, left, and everywhere in between. It was
rightfully so.
Horrible.
Rightfully
horrible.
So.
Yeah.
You've got police officers who have the backs of everybody, right? And especially the backs of some of the folks that, and some of the communities that are nonstop trouble, right? These police officers going in there day in and day out. Unfortunately, one of them gets executed. He decides it would be a good idea to leave town and go to a Trump protest. What is wrong with your brain? What are you thinking?
100%. And if you think about it, even if it was the best of circumstances, where there wasn't a mother of three who was executed who happened to be a police officer, what are you doing there? They're throwing Molotov cocktails. It's a place that a mayor should be, let alone of New York City. It's so bad under the best of circumstances, and under the existing set of circumstances, it's horrific. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I can't think of any reason why you would leave your backyard, especially for something as foolish as a Trump protest.
Yeah, bizarre.
He won, deal with it. The taxpayers in that city hired you to do a job. Do it.
Yep.
Do it.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we continue to see this clash, and this negative cover over the police officers because of this garbage, right?
Exactly.
I mean, what he should be doing is, consoling the family, reaching out. Let's support the police officers. Let's do whatever we need to do to stop this garbage, because 99.9% of the police officers are great people. They're doing great things, and they're going into the fire. They're going into the building when it's on fire. These are the people we need to support. We also talked about Marion County?
Marin.
I'm Marin. I did it wrong. So you spent some time in good old California, sunny California. Beautiful, beautiful state.
It is.
Very liberal.
Yep.
And what I love about these liberals is they're always liberal with everybody else's money.
Right.
Yep. We should do this, we should do that. But when it comes down to their own money, when it comes to their own backyard, they always take a different stance. Now, this county, probably the most liberal county in California, one of the
could very well be
top five, right?
Yep.
Decided they don't like Section 8 in their neighborhood.
You got it.
Right? Don't want to expand Section 8 in my backyard.
You got it. And they've done everything they can, and it's just so ironic, because you think of all the things that a legislature or a legislative body would normally do in order to enact the things that they say are great for the people.
Yeah.
And they are doubling down with everything they got to do the very opposite. And you hit it on the head. It's a picture speaks 1,000 words. This one's about 1,000,000.
Push them out. Push them out. Yep. And it's same old liberal deal, right? We should raise the tax rate. Well, I'm not going to pay any more taxes, but somebody else should, right? Oh, we should have Section 8 housing. We should have free housing. Great. I don't want them in my neighborhood. Somebody else should have them in their neighborhood. The Republicans, they're the nasty Republicans. They should have them in their neighborhood. Shame on them. Jeff, you're part of our retirement planning team, head of our 401k division. And I want to talk a little bit about that. Department of Labor's been getting involved in 401k plans. New deal. It's a new deal. It's a new day and age. A lot of times you look at these business owners and they've set up 401k plans as a favor to their employees, right? I want to do this as an extra benefit. Well, now a lot of these business owners don't realize they could actually be personally liable for these plans.
You got it. And it is. It's a dramatic landscape, and we certainly don't want to scare anybody, but we also want to make them aware of what the situation is. But like so many things in the world, especially investing, you have the law of unintended consequences. And all these changes have taken place for what has been on autopilot for about the past 30, 40 years. And what it's really done is it's taken the business owner and truly made it a priority for them to handle these plans in a certain way. one of the great byproducts that we found is in talking to all these business owners, how many business owners say, listen, I just put this into place, I didn't even get anything from it. And how we're then able to go in.
And they should be.
Correct.
And they should be.
And that's something where we focus to make sure all sides win, create a platform that everybody does benefit, and in so doing, protect the business owner in the process.
All right, we got to take a quick break. We'll come back with Jeff Fine. We'll talk more about 401k and retirement planning. Stick with us here. Charlie Sperazza will be up next, or end the show with Charlie Sperazza and life insurance planning. You got the financial guys. We'll be back here on WGRZ. Don't turn it dial. Jeff Fine in studio with us. Thanks. Before the break, we were talking about 401k plans, business owners specifically not getting a benefit from those plans. And we've seen that a lot where now these business owners might be personally liable if little Billy in the company doesn't do the right thing with the plan.
Yep.
And on top of it, they don't feel like they're getting a benefit.
Exactly, and a key you just said is personally liable, and that's what every business owner out there needs to understand, their HR head or CFO, whoever's designated as the fiduciary or the head of the plan, that based on the government law, a U.S. government law, it is not only a potential corporate liability, it's also a potential personal liability. And again, going back to what we talked about before with the unintended consequences, it is astounding how often we'll hear business owners say, listen, I just set this up to help people out. I'm not even getting anything from this. And our response to them is, then we really need to talk.
Yeah.
Because there are so many different things, so many, outside of the qualified plan world or the ERISA law, world, where we can work with owners, where we can work with key people within an organization, and really come up with strategies that not only protect the business owner, but really do benefit everybody up to and including the business owner, and their family.
Yeah, and not to mention the employees themselves, right? So many of these plans, the employees don't know what they're in. They have no clue.
Absolutely. It's almost a pandemic, and people say, how's it possible? I get asked all the time when we're at graduation parties, weddings, how is it possible? And literally, just to give a real quick history lesson, these things started in the late 70s, early 80s. Market went up on a rocket ship, and the tax rates were so much higher that business owners back then didn't much care about the after effect because of the benefit they got on the front end. Well, as things have evolved, and after 2000 and the other things that happened in the market, the government, in one area that they've actually done a nice little job, realized that, hey, wait a second, these are not being handled that efficiently. So whether it's cost, whether it's investment options, education, which is the one thing that gets the least amount of publicity that we think is the most important.
Yeah.
And the analogy I like to use is power tools are wonderful things, children are wonderful things. Power tools in the hands of children unattended, not good things. And you talk to the average person with a 401k plan, they have no idea what to do, how to set it up, and that's the other side of it. Making sure that investments are structured the way they should be, the cost for those investments are structured the way they should be, and that we're giving the education so people know what the heck they're doing with all the details.
Yeah, and that education comes down a lot of times to being diversified, right? A lot of these folks don't understand what that means.
Exactly.
They pick up their statement, they go, well, this did really well, so that's what I'm going to invest in. And we call that chasing the hot dot.
You got it, and it happens every day.
Yeah. If you're a business owner out there, I would encourage you to use Jeff as a resource. I'll tell you, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, business owners call and they think, okay, I'm looking for better service. I'm looking to make sure I'm in compliance with the Department of Labor rules. I don't get in trouble. Oftentimes, we can even do it more cost effectively.
Yeah, we 8, 9 out of 10 times, roughly, we go in and with better service, with better investment options, with education that they never even knew was possible, we're still saving money roughly 80, 90% of the time.
All right, if you're a business owner out there, you need to use Mr. Fine as a resource, 633-1515. It's a free consultation. You can pop into our office. Jeff, a lot of times you even go right out to the companies.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. 633-1515. Like us on Facebook. We need friends on Facebook. We'll be right back here on WGRZ. Don't turn the dial.